Day 17, and OpenClaw is installed, which is fantastic. I worked on something else today, most of the day, so it was just during the afternoon that I did this, and even though it was a completely new install, it was really quick. I found the video I used for my first installation of OpenClaw a couple of months ago, and I took the transcript of that, put it into ChatGPT, my the chatbot I used, and asked it if it could look at the transcription and see if that was something it would recommend still. And funnily, most of it was what ChatGPT was gonna recommend anyway, so that was good. And I wanted to use this specific video for its emphasis on security, which I think it's not overkill, because if things take off, which I hope they will, I don't want anyone to be able to get into the system. Anyway, I have but one agent now on my OpenClaw setup, and I'm asking AI separately what agents should be on OpenClaw, but that's for a different day, I think. Now the main agent is active, and I linked it to Telegram, the messaging service, and that worked from the get-go, which is super great, because the last time I did this, or the first time, I've done it twice, it messed something up, or I did, because I was watching the video, pausing it, doing the prompts, missing something, going back in the video, trying to fix it. Oh, it was just a mess. But this setup was really, really good. Just to take the transcript of the video, put it into a chatbot, and have it give you the prompts. You don't have to write things down. You don't have to look below the video on YouTube. It was a great system for me. So I recommend that highly to anyone wanting to try. Now I know you can install OpenClaw on hosting services. They sell a ready-made OpenClaw setup for, I don't know, $10 a month, something like that. Whereas I use a VPS service, and that costs me close to, it says $4 a month, but I haven't paid that in 3 months. I paid maybe $10 in 3 months for 3 VPSs, VPSI. So that's very cheap, but of course you have to do a little bit of the heavy lifting yourself, but it's not so heavy when AI is doing all the work for you. And whenever you put something in, you just you copy the output, put it back into the chatbot, and it'll tell you looks great, or you made a tiny mistake, you need to go back and fix that. And also, if you're like me, not very technical, and you haven't done any coding or programming, you can tell it when it's in a big file. If you have to go into the files, you can tell it, don't tell me to fix something in the file. Just give me the whole file again with your changes, and I'll delete what's in there and put the new stuff in just as you suggest. And that minimizes the amount of errors you make. Now, I don't think you need to make that many big changes anymore, because just in what, say 2 months, 3 months perhaps, the installation is just way smoother. It changed already, so last time I spent a bit of time trying to figure out how to make it as cheap as possible and not to use too many tokens, whatever to even to search the web or to to allow it access to browsers and stuff. There's something called Brave API something. Geez, all these terms are just annoying. I don't know half of this. Not even I don't know a smidge of this. But anyway, I found two programs or softwares that were much cheaper than the ones that were recommended. But it took me a long time just to Google everything. And now it turns out that OpenClaw has evolved, and I don't even need one of them. So it's much better already. And should you want to install your own version or install your own OpenClaw, I suggest you look for a VPS service that you like. You just type it into your AI, your LLM, and ask it what's a good, reliable, and cheap option for me from where I live and my intentions with OpenClaw. It'll give you a list, and you just pick one. And the installation, it took me an hour, I think. And that includes all the typing with your chatbot and all the thinking you do and all the little tweaks. And I used a lot of safety in mine. I think it's called Tech with Tim. He has a video on how to set up what he called Claude bot or OpenClaw. So go look at that. It is now later than it usually is when I stop working, but I couldn't abort right in the middle of setup because that would have been both stupid and it would have been a mess tomorrow when I restarted again. So this was a little scattered because my brain is like that. I guess the takeaway is that it's easier now to install OpenClaw than it was. And I use Telegram, like I said. And when I was at a point, I thought I was in the beginning of setup, my AI bot, my chatbot, told me to try OpenClaw using Telegram. And I thought, why would I do that now? We're not halfway done. But it turns out it was already installed. Everything was working. And I just didn't notice because the last time I did it, it took me a whole day. Okay, so this was this is a handful for anyone, I think, for the die-hard programmers and the computer savvy. This is nothing, but for us normal people, this was a lot. Yeah, so either get your hosting service done for you for $10 a month, or do this for cheap. And also, I use ChatGPT, and I link that in my OpenClaw to use as a brain. You can use whatever you want. But since ChatGPT bought OpenClaw, I thought that would be the smart move. I'm not sure it is, but that's what I did. Whatever works for you, I say. Okay, so good luck and have fun. And if you learn something, well, good on you.